Hey besties! Now today's video is for brutal honesty because it's very important for us as adults to be accountable and responsible for our financial life. Now in this video there are no judgments because every single thing I'll be talking about are things that I have experienced. There are things that I'm also still working on some of them, and that's why I thought to come here and talk about these things. And I won't just sit here and tell you this is the reason why you're broke, this is the reason why you're broke. No, I would list the reasons and give you ways to fix them. In this video, out of the 7 points, point 1, 5 and 7 are literally my best, and you will know why. The first reason why you're always broke is because you earn too little. Now this is just like simple maths. 1 plus 1 is equals to 2. If you are always complaining about being broke, it could be that you actually don't have money. And obviously there is the financial discipline part, which I'll talk about in my next point. There is a limit to how much you can cut your expenses, because the two main ways to have more money is to either cut your expenses or increase your revenue. I would always toe the path of increasing my revenue because there is a limit to how much you can cut, but there is no limit to how much revenue you can have. There is abundance, so I would rather start with that and focus on that. Now, when we talk about earning more money, most times people overcomplicate things. If you think it is very difficult to earn more money, it is simply because you have overcomplicated the process of making money. Money is not the coins, it's not the paper. When you give value, it is inevitable that money would come. For instance, if you are doing a 9 to 5 right now, it is because you are giving value. That's why you have a salary. And even your salary is the perceived value that your manager or your CEO feels you have, and that's how they pay you that amount weekly, monthly, depending on whatever payroll you are on. You are not just in that job because they like to see your face. No, you are there because you are giving value in whatever form, and that in its most basic form is how money exchanges. Now obviously in that setting you are exchanging your time, your skills, your experiences for money. And there are various other ways you can exchange various other things for money. So if you are always broke, be honest with yourself. With what you are earning, is it actually sufficient? If it isn't, then it's a good time to think about how you can make more money. If you are in paid employment and that's the path you want to toe, are you thinking of actually asking for a raise or even looking for a higher paying job? If you are not in paid employment, or you are in paid employment but you want another source of income that is not your paid employment, have you looked at your skills, your experiences, your competence? I always say it, making money is simple. Most times, making money starts from your mindset. If you feel making money is hard, it will be hard for you because you've put that mental block. So if your mentality is that making money is very difficult, your subconscious mind would actually agree with you and make it very difficult for you. But when you simplify the process of making money, you realize that this thing is easy. How can you exchange value? And most times we like to look at the grass being greener on another side. If you are a Christian, you would know the parable of the talents, and you will see how the most profitable servants are the ones that made use of the talents that their master already gave to them. Now, I'm not against you trying to have more skills or learn more, but what I'm saying is right now, whatever knowledge, whatever skill, whatever experience you have, you can absolutely make money from it. You are the one overcomplicating it. I know someone teaching people how to give birth well. I know someone that teaches people in diaspora how to speak Igbo language. I know, like, there are people that teach the most mundane things that you will not even think can make money, but it can. But you are here watching me and you cannot tell me that you do not have any skill, any experience, anything that you can actually impact to another person and they will pay you money for. It's just because you either have a limiting belief about money, or you have the imposter syndrome where you've literally minimized your skills and experiences and you don't think it's good enough, but it is. People with less knowledge, less experiences, less skills than you are making more money because they are not too intelligent to doubt themselves. But you, over intelligence, want to finish you know too much. And that's why you're not even making money. Because when you have ideas, because you are too intelligent, you will look for a way to overthink or rethink and just scatter those ideas. And the next thing, you're complaining that you're always broke. So whose fault is it? I remember sometime last year when I was feeling like I needed to have another source of income, I had to ask myself, what are my skills? What are my experiences? What do I have knowledge in? And I know that when it comes to teaching, I'm good. And I asked myself, what can I teach and get money for? And as of last year, interviews was what was on my mind, because even till now, I still talk about a lot of interviews in the healthcare industry. And what did I do? I created an ebook guide that contains like more than 50 plus interview questions and answers, as well as guidance for anyone that wants to work in the care or support work sector. Guess what? Till date, that book is still giving me money. Now I know I have the knowledge. I packaged it in an ebook format. People are buying, and in return, they are getting value. Now, in that way, I've been able to create another source of income for myself and still serve people. A lot of us are playing on our skills. The world is ready for us, but you are there doubting yourself. So in terms of earning more money, it can come in various forms. Maybe yours is not to teach. Yours can be anything. Yours can be being a middleman. Can be anything, any skill, any value. If you need to brush up on it, then do so. Package yourself. And this is not anything like get rich quick, because if you are looking for a way to make money in 1 second or double your money, this is not the right channel for you. Just go. Because it's not realistic. So even when I say earn more money, it's not something that is just going to happen like in one day. It takes a while. But you being accountable and making that decision and putting in your baby steps, which would always be better than nothing, would help you. Which takes us to our second point, which is that you are living above your means. Now, no matter how much money you make, if you are living above your means, you will still always be broke. And I tell people something, that the richest person is not the person that earns the most money, but it's the person that knows what to do with their money. In fact, we can have two people. Maybe one person is earning about £20,000. Let me use pounds because I'm in the UK. £20,000 in a year. And someone else is earning like £50,000 in a year. You'll be so surprised that the person earning £20,000 can even be richer than the person earning £50,000. It will so surprise you, because it's about how you are able to manage your money. Are you so focused on impulsive spending? Do you have a budget? Is your fixed cost too much? Some of you are in apartments that you have no business being in. Your rent is too expensive. Just do the math. If you're earning, let me say, £1,000 monthly and you are spending £1,100 monthly, what are you doing? You are living paycheck to paycheck. And some of us need to go to our bank, get our 3-month bank statement, look at it. I remember one time when I was struggling with understanding where my money was going to, I did this exercise I just mentioned, and when I saw my bank statement, I literally cried. I'm not even joking, because it was so shocking. Because most times we don't know how much we spend because we are not tracking that finances. We're just spending. And when you have no plan for your finances, it will go anywhere. What can you do? Nothing, because you did not plan anything. Now, this point is very similar to my third point, which is lifestyle inflation. Remember what I said earlier? In this video, do not for 1 minute think the goal is for you to live like a pauper. That's not the goal, because even for me, that's not how I live. However, it is important to prioritize what you want. If what you want is financial stability, you cannot afford to have lifestyle inflation creep in. And lifestyle inflation is what happens when you're so focused on the fear of missing out. You want to wear what everyone is wearing. If there is a latest designer wear coming, you want to wear it. As your salary increases, you're thinking of the most expensive apartment to stay in. You're thinking of how to buy the biggest car. You're not even realizing that this lifestyle inflation that you are doing would come and bite you in the bum later on. It will literally impact your overall financial stability. Which beautifully leads me to my fourth point, By the way, besties, if you are enjoying this video, please, I want you to give me a like and subscribe to this channel if you've not done so already. So now the fourth point is that you are a financial illiterate. You know when they call someone an illiterate? Some people are financial illiterate. Let's check out what it means to be a financial illiterate. Now, I didn't say so, it was Google that said so, because you cannot say you are always complaining about being broke, but you are doing nothing about it. And the barest minimum when it comes to financial literacy is what? Reading. Some people don't, like, once they hear reading, they've clicked off. They're like, no, I don't want to hear you. But how can you educate yourself financially if you are not open to the knowledge? And it does not have to be paperback books. It can be audio books. It can even be Netflix. For instance, at the end of this video, I'm going to link you to a movie review that I did. Now, on Netflix, there are a lot of financial movies. So instead of watching romance and watching horror, all those movies that are very sensational, which there is nothing bad in watching those, but also to those ones, if you know you're not a reader, you can add financial books to it. And at the end of the day, it doesn't even cost too much, even if you're not a reader. If you focus on having more knowledge every single day on your finances, it will go a long way. Learning about simple things like budgeting, tracking your finances, saving, investing, it will go a long way. Don't worry, towards the end of this video, I'll briefly talk about those concepts. Now let's talk about the fifth point, which, remember I said numbers 1, 5, and 7 are my best. Number 5, black tax. You've allowed black tax to choke you. Now, if you are not a black person watching me, black tax, in short, let's check Google for what black tax means. Now, although the concept of black tax arose because of the need to support people back home, or support people basically, even if you are not in diaspora, it is something that has been abused to the point that a lot of people feel so entitled to your money. Recently, there was this controversy about whether you owe your parents money every month, and obviously, as I said, it was controversial. Some people just felt, no, you don't owe them money. Some felt, oh yeah, they're your parents. And we're not going to go into that debate right here because it's not relevant. But the point is, a lot of people today are broke because they allowed black tax happen. Now, it is within your responsibility what happens with your finances, because when it comes to black tax, this becomes a touchy subject where people don't want to talk about how pain they feel that maybe their parents or whatever dependents they have don't even understand their financial difficulties and just want money. Now, you find a lot of people, especially in diaspora, constantly complaining about how maybe their parents, their siblings, or whoever is constantly demanding for money without consideration of their financial status. But after complaining, guess who will still send that money? And yes, I understand that it's a touchy subject. However, financial literacy will teach you that you have to have financial boundaries. There is this book called Set Boundaries, Find Peace. It's a book that I recommend to everyone that I care about. Go and read that book because it talks about boundaries in various ways, including financial boundaries, because if you don't have financial boundaries, you'll be broke. And let me tell you, all those people you are pitying, when you are broke, they will look when you're broke, they will look for the next cash cow. A lot of times, people are selfish. People are looking out for themselves. And this even includes your loved ones. And as I said, this can be difficult to hear, but it is the truth. If you've been on this channel long enough, you would know that one of my favorite saying is, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You will see someone that have just relocated from Nigeria to the UK and you've not even reached 1 month, 2 months. People are already asking you for money. You're already sending money back home. It is not normal. it isn't. So don't be surprised why you are always broke, because that 20 pounds here, 30 pounds there that you are converting and you are sending, when you know you have nothing, when you know that your core needs have not been met, when you know that you've not even stabilized yourself, you are doing yourself more harm than good. You are hurting your pocket, you are wrecking your finances. And as I said, when you become broke, because you will, what happens? You can't even support your own self, let alone supporting someone else. So yes, I'm all for supporting our loved ones. However, to whom brain is given, sense is to be expected. A cheat code if you are suffering from black tax is to have a particular amount of money or a particular percentage of your income that you are willing to give in that month. Now, once that money exceeds, you do not have money. Unless in an emergency situation. Otherwise, all these please just dash me money, when you know that you actually don't have enough for yourself, and deep down you don't even want to give that money, but what do? You still give it. You don't realize that not only are you hurting your pocket, you are also hurting your emotions, because you start to feel resentful. If you have to give someone money and you have to complain to other people about the fact that you are giving that person money, you are feeling resentful. But the reason why you're feeling resentful is because you did not assert your own boundary. You do not have financial boundaries, so you don't know how to say no. Mr. and Mrs. People Pleaser. You cannot say no. So even because you say, she's my mommy, oh, it's my daddy, I cannot say no. Sorry. Hey besties, usually when I'm editing videos, I never feel the need to come here and make disclaimers. However, for this point, I feel the need to do so, because sometimes some people hear what you're not saying. Now, to reiterate, I am not saying don't give your family and friends money. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying if you're not financially stable, that should be your priority. One of my friends used to say something that a lot of first daughters, first sons, or first children from African homes have this savior complex. Most times we like to deceive ourselves that without us, our family members will not survive, because from when we were younger, it was ingrained in us to care for and support our younger ones as well as even our parents. And this brings up the people-pleasing part of us, that even when we are grown and we know genuinely that we do not have that money, we will still cough out money from nowhere. My friend used to tell me that, see, those people that you think will not survive without you, you'll be so surprised. They will survive, because that's the nature of humans, to survive. I said it before, I will say it again. I'm dragging my ear. I'm not saying don't give your parents money before you can say I said, because Ada did not say anything. No, yeah. Now, the sixth reason why you are always broke is because you do not have emergency savings. Now, I firmly believe in the concept of emergency savings, which to a lot of people is like you saving about 3 to 6 months of your basic fixed costs. That is the money that you actually need to survive on every single month. Now, I'm not a financial advisor or anything of the sort. However, I know that when you do not have an emergency savings and something happens by chance, you end up being in a precarious situation because you don't have emergency savings in place. Now, you don't even have to overcomplicate this emergency savings at all. All you need to do is to have a particular amount of money you are setting aside every month as your emergency savings, and you can keep that money in a cash ISA and it accumulates interest for you. If you need it for an emergency, you can easily just withdraw it and use it. By the way, if you don't understand what I've just said and you want maybe more videos about this, just let me know and I'll be sure to plug you on. Now, do not overcomplicate the process of having an emergency savings. Even if you are able to get just 1 month emergency savings saved up, that is okay. You keep going. By the way, time is going. I need to be out of here in like 2 seconds, so let me just rush this last part. Oh my god, I don't like the fact that I'm rushing it, but I'm just rushing it. So please, if you want me to expand on what I'm about to say next, which is about investing, please let me know. So the 7th point is you have no investment. Now, the reason why a lot of us don't have investment is because we don't really prioritize ourselves. That's the main reason, because you can give yourself excuses. You can say, oh, it's because I don't understand investment, it's because this, is because that. But when you prioritize yourself, you will realize that when you get paid, your first priority should be to pay yourself. And you're paying yourself by investing. Most times we work this thing upside down. We get money, and what we do is to just bill. You pay rent, you pay food, you pay this, you are paying other people money, but you've not paid yourself. At the end of the month, you now think you want to take the barest minimum to now invest. It doesn't work that way, because by the time you reach the end of the month, you have no money left because you didn't plan anything. So you would most likely impulsively spend and you are broke. But if you have the habit of paying yourself first, the first thing to do when you get your income is to set aside a sum for investing. And the thing is, you don't have to have any ridiculous amount of money to even invest. Even if you're putting 10%, even 5% of your income as investment, you'll be doing way better than a lot of people. I'm not here to tell you what to invest in. If you want me to make that video, just let me know. But what I need to tell you is that when you invest, you've put yourself as a priority. Now you can invest in various forms. You can invest in stocks and shares, in bonds, in mutual funds, index funds. The list is endless. If I start talking about investment right now, I feel I would not be able to do justice to it because of the time limitation I have right now, and also because I don't even know if that's what you want to know about, because on this channel I create educational and lifestyle content on things I feel you want to hear about. So if this is something you want me to build more on, then I could just create a separate video strictly on investments. But if you're watching me now and you've already started your investment journey, see, do not overthink it. For me, I prefer the idea of having a diversified portfolio of low risk investment funds, and with that I'm able to sleep well knowing that I've put myself first by paying myself, because I can talk about savings from now to tomorrow, but I know that when inflation happens, the savings would actually reduce. That's why I only talked about having an emergency savings, because we still need that emergency funds. But more importantly, learning how to invest will just change the game for you, even give you some passive income, and before you know it, you'll be doing way better financially than you've ever done. So besties, I'll need to go now, but I'm linking up a video where I did a movie review on I Will Teach You to Be Rich, which is a Netflix series by Ramit Sethi. So besties, wow, this has been a lot and I've delivered it in such a short time, but I hope you've been able to gain one or two things. I want to see your comments and your questions, and I'm going to see my besties next time. So stay blessed, remain happy, and bye for now.